Imagine this, the road outside your house gets repaired, the local school finally gets new desks, and the waste collection system actually works on time. Now, who made that happen? The Prime Minister? The Chief Minister? Probably not. It's your local government, the real face of democracy that exists just a few streets away. Welcome to FlukyFacts, where we simplify governance into stories that matter. Today we will explore local governance in India, power to the people. It's one of the most inspiring chapters of Indian democracy. How power traveled from the parliament in Delhi to the panchayats in your village. This topic is important for UPSC GS Paper 2 under Polity and Governance, but more than exam, it's about understanding what makes democracy truly work. Let's start simple. Local governance means managing local affairs by local representatives for local people. It's the third tier of government after the union and states. Think of it like this. The central government makes national policies, the state government handles regional matters, and local government handles your everyday life. Roads, water, sanitation, schools, and markets. They are the closest link between people and power. This system has two pillars. Panchayat Raj, institution for rural India, and urban local bodies for towns and cities. Both exist to make democracy participatory, where citizens do not just vote but also decide, question, and act. The idea of local self governance in India is not new, it's ancient. Century ago, villages had their own Sabhas and Samitis, assemblies where elders made decisions on farming, irrigation, or disputes. This was democracy in its raw local form. But during British rule, this tradition weakened. It was Lord Ripon, through his 1882 resolution, who revived it, earning him the title Father of the Local Self-Government in India. After independence, India wanted to give this tradition a new constitutional life. Committees like Balwant Rai Mehta proposed the three-tier Panchayat Raj system, but without constitutional backing, these local bodies remained weak and dependent on the states. Finally, in 1992, the 73rd and 74th amendments gave local governance its permanent home in the constitution, fulfilling Gandhi's dream of Gram Swaraj or self-rule at the village level. The 73rd and 74th amendments were revolutionary because they did not just mention local governments, they empowered them. The 73rd amendment created Part 9 of the Constitution recognizing Panchayat Raj institution in rural areas. It added 11 schedules listing 29 subjects from agriculture to education and rural housing. The 74th Amendment created Part 9N for urban local bodies, adding the 12th schedule with 18 subjects, including urban planning, sanitation, and transportation. Together, they ensured four things: regular election every 5 years, reservation for women, SCs and STs, state finance commission to ensure funding, district and metropolitan planning committees for integrated planning. These changes turn the idea of democracy into a living system, not something distant, but something happening right in your neighborhood. Now, let's tap into the countryside, where India's democracy beats strongest. The Panchayat Raj system is a three-tier structure designed to empower every village. At the village level, we have the Gram Panchayat led by the Sarpanch. Above it, the Panchayat Samiti at the block level. At the top, the Zila Parishad at the district level. But the real heart of rural democracy is the Gram Sabha, the general assembly of all adult villages. Hence, citizens directly discuss and approve development works from road construction to welfare programs. In a way, the Gram Sabha is India's true parliament of the people, small, direct, and deeply democratic. Now, shift your lens to cities, the concrete jungle of modern India. Urban governance works through municipal corporations, municipal councils, and Nagar Panchayats. Their role are just as crucial, maintaining roads, managing waste, water, traffic, housing, and public health. In large cities, the mayor acts as the ceremonial head, while the municipal commissioner is the executive authority. One brings political vision, the other brings administrative muscle. If your city feels clean, safe, and organized, it means your local government is working If not, well, you already know who to question. Yes, by the local governance become more than a system. It became a philosophy. Decentralization means shifting power from the top to the grassroots. It's about trusting people to make decisions about their own lives. Think of it this way. A central ministry in Delhi cannot possibly know which village needs a bridge or which needs a school. But the villages know. When people decide for themselves, development becomes more effective, accountable, and inclusive. That's the spirit of true democracy. Power not concentrated, but distributed. Let's look at what makes India's local governance system so unique. First, regular elections. Every 5 years ensure continuity. Second, reservation. Guarantees representation, especially for women, scheduled castes, and scheduled tribes. Third, state finance commissions ensure fund reach local bodies. Fourth, district planning committees coordinate rural and urban development. And finally, these institutions have constitutional protection, which means they cannot be resolved casually by the state governments. It's not perfect, but it's powerful because it places governance where it truly belongs, in the hands of people. What exactly do these local bodies do? In villages, Panchayat look after roads, drinking water, primary school, health centers, and employment schemes like Manrega. In cities, municipal bodies handle the waste management, building approvals, transport, and housing projects. They also implement major national programs like the Swachh Bharat Mission, PM Awas Yojana, and smart city projects. In short, they are the delivery arms of development. When government schemes reach people's doorsteps, it's usually because a sarpanch or a ward member made it happen. Of course, power without money is like a car without fuel. Local governments raises money in two ways: through their own revenues like property tax and user charges, and through grants from the states and center. The 15th Finance Commission allocated about 4.3 lakhs crore for local bodies, a historic move to strengthen grassroots governance. Yet many panchayats and municipalities still depend heavily on higher governments for funding. For real autonomy, they must be financially independent, able to earn, learn, and spend locally. Because, as every Sepals know, you cannot build democracy without building its budget. One of the most inspiring outcomes of local governance is women's empowerment. The 73rd Amendment reserved at least one third of all seats for women, and many states raised it to 50%. Today, over 1.3 million women serve as elected representatives from remote villages to small towns. They lead school reforms, manage health rights, and ensure social welfare with empathy and practicality. Think of Savira Jawal, India's MBA Sarpanch, who brought e-governance to her village, or the countless unnamed women leaders transforming lives quietly, one decision at a time. That's the beauty of local governance. It brings new faces and fresh perspective into politics. But like every system, local governance has its hurdle. Most local bodies still struggle with funding, trained manpower, and bureaucratic interference. Sometimes higher level officials make decisions that should belong to the people. Corruption, lack of transparency, and political manipulation further weaken the structure. In cities, rapid urbanization has created problems faster than governments can solve: traffic, pollution, waste management, and housing shortages. The challenge is not creating local governments, it's making them work effectively and independently. To tackle these challenges, India is evolving its local governance model through technology and innovation. The e-Panchayat mission brings digital records and online transparency. The Swamitra scheme helps rural lands ownership using drones. The Smart Cities mission promotes urban innovation through citizen engagement, and initiatives like Swachh Bharat and Digital India have empowered local bodies to act faster and smarter. Each of these steps is a reminder that good governance begins not at the top, but at the grassroots. For UPSC aspirants, this topic is cornerstone of GS Paper 2, Polity and Governance. Key areas to prepare include the 73rd and 74th Amendments and their impact, the concept of devolution and fiscal federalism, case studies of successful panchayat and municipality. You can quote real example like Kerala's People's Plan Campaign, which empowered local planning, or Rajasthan's e-Gram initiative for digital administration. In your answer, so how local governance connects to inclusive growth and grassroots democracy. To sum it up, the local governance is not just about panchayat and municipality. It's about participation, accountability, and empowerment. It's about bringing the government closer to the governed. Our decisions are not made for the people, but by the people. As Mahatma Gandhi envisioned, the voice of the people in their village is the voice of God. So next time you see a new school, a repair road, or a health camp in your area, remember that's democracy at work. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to FlukyFacts. Now, and for a MCQ. Which year did local self-governance in India get constitutional status? Option A 1989, option B 1991, option C 1992, option D 1995. Comment your answer below. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and think unlimited.